Alright guys, so you know the drill for my videos. What you just saw in the intro is what we're going to be DIYing, going to be making, which is the bomber jacket. And yes, I did make one for my daughter here in this video because both of my kids have been, oh, when are you going to make us something? And I'm like, I'm going to make you something. So this is one of those videos. Now, I did not make a bomber jacket for my son because I could not find a lightweight fabric for him. He's looking at me right now with a crazy face. But I promise I'm going to make him something on my next video. But yes, so I did make a bomber jacket for myself and for my daughter. Lightweight enough for us to wear when it is cooler in the night times. Even though it's summertime, you still want to have something lightweight enough if you get cold or something to throw on. And I did make these bomber jackets lightweight. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Some of the things you may need are fabric, and yep, more fabric. You're also going to need zippers. I'm going to make 2 bomber jackets, so I'm going to be needing 2 zippers, and make sure they are the separating zippers. And yes, of course, your sewing essentials, scissors, and a measuring tape. So the first thing you want to do is start cutting out your fabric, what I am doing here. Just make sure that you make your measurements to the measurements that you need them to, not the measurements that I'm here using in my video, because my body type may not be the same body type as you, and the same thing if you're making this for your little one as well. Your measurements will not be the same as hers, as my daughter's. The next thing you're going to do, of course, once you have your fabric cut out, is you're going to pin your fabric together. You have a video on how to pin your fabric, but here I do have 6 pieces in all, 2 for the back and 4 for the front pieces. And I also have the same amount for my bomber jacket as well. I've also doubled each piece of the jacket, so it'll be a little bit thicker so it doesn't come out as thin. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and start sewing your pieces together. So you're basically creating 1 piece for each side of your bomber jacket. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Alright, so once you are done sewing your pieces together, this is what it should look like. Your back piece should be sewn together, the 2 that you had, and then of course the front 4 pieces, 2 on each side sewn together, so it creates, you should basically have 3 pieces now instead of 6. Get it? Now the next thing that I'm doing is I'm just cutting my neck piece to basically make it look like a collar, and then I'm going to pin it and of course sew all 3 pieces together so it basically looks like a vest when I'm done. Once you're done sewing all 3 pieces together for both bomber jackets, if you are making 2, you are going to go ahead and start on the sleeves, which I do have a video of, and of course you can check that out. I'll have that here linked down in the description bar and of course in the video. Once you are done pinning down your raw edges for your sleeves, go ahead and start sewing along the raw edge. Make sure that you do finish off your hem. This is what your sleeve should look like once it's done. Don't worry about the blue marks that I have on the pink fabric. That will come off. It's just, it is just, I guess, washable or whatever. The next thing you want to do, of course, is attach your sleeve to your top piece. I do have a video on how to attach your sleeves as well. That's why I'm just kind of going through this without explaining how to attach your sleeves, because I already have a video on it. I made it for you guys, so go make sure that you check it out. Yep, and once you have done your pinning for your sleeve, make sure you sew them together and hem that sleeve. Finish off those hems because you don't want your sleeves falling off of you. Alright, so once you're done hemming your sleeves on, they should look like this. Make sure that you don't have any holes that you accidentally missed or whatever. Make sure that you did hem up your sleeve with a zigzag stitch. Okay, so I've already cut my pieces for my wristbands and my neckline, my collar. So make sure that you cut to the length that you need them to be. And of course, hem up your raw edges before sewing them onto your sleeve. Once you are done sewing your wristbands together, make sure that you slip them on over the wrist part of your sleeve, the bottom part of your sleeve, with the raw edges together, and then of course you are going to sew around the raw edge. Okay, so now we're going to attach the collar. Somehow I lost the footage, but it's really simple. I promise to get a video up on how to attach a collar. Basically, it's pretty simple. You're doing a straight line stitch. As you see here. I'm so pissed off, but it came out looking really good. So how you attach the waistband, of course, you measure the bottom of your jacket first, the length of your waistband be, and of course I have two waistbands. Jacket. Now take your waistband and you want to put it on the outside of your jacket and put it from the inside. Because when you move it down, you want to make sure that all of your raw edges are hidden. And of course, don't forget to hem your raw edges so you want the inside looking as good as the outside, basically. Once you're done pinning your fabric together, of course, you're going to go to the sewing machine and sew those two together. Guys, we're almost done. Once you have your waistband, your collar, and your wristbands, that's what it should look like. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the zipper. You do need a separating zipper. You'll see on my daughter's that I did not use a separating zipper. So anyways, when you're attaching your zipper, make sure that you are having the teeth facing away from the raw edge, because when you sew the raw edge together, it'll be hidden once you zip it up. You'll see what I mean. So make sure that you're pinning your fabric down with the pins facing toward the collar. Okay, so now moving on to my daughters. Now see how I do not have a separating zipper? It's basically the same process that I did with the separating zipper. It's just that she basically had to slip this over her head like a hoodie. Here you can see that I am just doing another straight line stitch. I'm not using the zipper foot simply because I wanted to show you guys that you can use your regular sewing foot to sew a zipper. Alright, so make sure that you go back and hem up your collar, the raw edge of your collar closest to your zipper, or facing the inside as you see here, and of course the bottom of your waistband. So that was my video for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed making this bomber jacket, this lightweight bomber jacket. Now you can make it as heavy as you want it, as light as you want it, but of course you saw me doubling my fabric because I didn't want it to feel too cheap. And I also wanted it to also have a good structure to it still, not to have like a flimsy looking structure. So anyways, but yeah, I ended up doubling my fabric here in the video as you saw and I explained. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions, of course, comment below. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, I do have Facebook now. And of course, Snapchat. I'll have all those links down below. You can send me suggestions on any of those links that I have provided down in the description bar. You can check out my blog, which is here, and of course I'll have that link down below as well. That'll be updated. And guys, I'm gonna be back on schedule this month. June, I'm back on schedule. May was a very busy, crazy month for me. New changes, you know, and you know, life happens, so gotta make do. But anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video.